it's going to be quite difficult to track down my exact Glengarry bonnet. However, Casper, another TF2 YouTuber, he sent me a link to a website called tf2items.com. Yeah, so this is what Casper sent me. So this is one that wasn't mine. This one is mine. So yeah, apparently it is this one. It is this cult one. But what's weird is that I think going back, seeing these dates, look, so I owned it here. I sold it to Merp, I think, because these dates line up. These dates kind of line up. These dates line up. These dates line up. I'm saying that one potentially still exists. That lines up. Maybe it is just that one then. That's really weird. But I didn't think it made sense because it has dye job and then this one doesn't. Then if you follow the names, so I sold it here, Spiky Scorching Dream. It was called that until here. Then that one says, yes, this is Spiky's. But it's got a spell on it now. You can find your old items through backpack.tf history. The thing is, because I had it so long ago, backpack.tf history has been removed. And mine was duped as well. See, this is the thing that's confused me, right? Because this guy ends up with it, saying from Bartolomeo's nothing to something. Yes, this was Spiky's with voices below, different name. But then it appears again in the next guy's inventory called Spiky Scorching Dream. Then it shows up again without the name, with the same spell and no description. Then it shows up again in the same guy's inventory. Did he remove the spell? I think he removed the spell. And then it doesn't change its name until here. But that's special field order number 15, which shows up in this inventory with the description and the spell. So going up to this guy's, he changes it to Miss Jackson. This one's now got a spell on it, when none of the others so far have had a dye job spell. Right, that ends up in a marketplace inventory. This guy has it with the spell. This one's Miss Jackson, shows up in the same inventory as that. And now it's in cult. So that's hella confusing. He's saying that one was mine. Added a spell onto it in 2014, which makes sense. How do I own it again here? It is so confusing. If backpack.tf had just kept the history thing, I probably would have been able to find myself in a bunch of them. That one's Scorching Flames. Scorching Flames. See, if he's collecting hats with like nice effects on, he's probably not selling this one, is he? How many dupes of that hat are out there? Dude, I don't know. This is why it's so confusing, because it's like I have this hat. I had that hat there in 2016. I made a video about selling it. Aha. Here. I'm not going to subject you to the horrible intro, but look, this is when I had this. So 7 years ago, so May 13th, 2016, I sold it, which lines up with this one. I almost think I remember this a little bit. I think he bought the same hat, but because it was duped, I came up in the history of it. So he was able to say this was his, even though we both own the same hat. Because he ended up naming it. You can see he added the spell and then he named it Special Field Order number 15, which is what that one is called. This one's still called Spiky Scorching Dream. If he hadn't removed the spell, it would be so easy to tell if mine was that one or not. But because he didn't want the voices from below thing on, now I don't know. Without going and messaging each of these guys to see if they remember who they sold their hats to nearly 8 years ago, I'm not going to be able to find my exact one, which is fine. Why did people change it? Why did they not like the name Spiky Scorching Dream? It's actually quite cringe looking back on it that I called it that, but it didn't matter. Right, how old was I? 17? Which then it looks like this guy ended up buying the hat back. See what I mean? Special field order number 15 to a different account, and then back to the same account. That name comes up again. It's so confusing. I just know it's not that one because Hoodball owned his at the same time I owned mine. See, I don't remember these names. If this guy was Bowler Mayo, I think I remember the name. He is in my old Steam group. I don't think his is mine. I don't know when he was last on, or if it's even for sale. All of this because Backpack.tf lost their inventory stuff.